The Forza Horizon 6 review is finally here. This certainly took a while because it was very hard for me to keep it professional and to keep a straight face while making this review. It was easy for me to go off track and humor everything around, largely because of how JDM kids and weeaboos have permanently ruined Japan for me. Along with their own homegrown crazies, let's get down on it. This is the Forza Horizon 6 review. Unlike Forza Horizon 5's cheap sounding intro, FH6 greets us with a genuinely welcoming intro. The game allows you to select your choice of smoother graphics or higher fidelity graphics at the expense of frame rate. You all know what I'm picking: smoothness over visuals all day, every day. The game once again allows you to create a character, your drivatar. I really wish I had way more options for character design because I always wanted to be some jacked guy flexing while driving a Nissan Silvia. Be the American the Japanese think you are. But this is Forza Horizon 6 and not The Sims, so that is not what we are here for. Instead, the game lets you put a guy's head on top of a girl's body and to select your pronouns. Oh, good lord. Why is that even there in a racing game? Booking a ticket to Japan from Mexico is a breath of fresh air. The biggest culture shock to returning players will be that Japan drives on the other side of the road compared to Mexico. Thus, I found myself driving on the wrong side of the road often. The roads are accurately sized too. Japan truly feels like a wonderland for car lovers and tourism nerds much like myself. Each region and each location feels different with collectibles scattered across the map for explorers to collect. On the other hand, Mexico more or less felt the same. Personally, I found myself driving in free roam a lot more in this game compared to Forza Horizon 5. However, my first task when unlocking free roam was to head out on the expressway and confirm my geography knowledge about the Shuto Expressway. Still, part of me screams that a lot of major things were left behind, such as Haneda Airport or Wangan as I remember it from Tokyo Extreme Racer. By the way, in case you missed it, there is a new Tokyo Extreme Racer that is out now. Do check it out. The game does have exciting graphics with amazing weather effects, but with this technology at our fingertips, it is about time what we had in Drive Club became the gold standard. Those guys did it with much less computing power and far less funding. What is the excuse of the guys who gave us Forza Horizon 6, I wonder? No, seriously, do check out Drive Club's graphics, and that was a previous generation launch title on the PS4. The graphics and the effects are truly one for the books. You will not regret just simply listening to me over this one. The game does have a decent car list with every model highly detailed, yet still Forza has forgotten to animate the other gauges besides the tachometer and the speedometer yet again. This is certainly the case for the torque gauge in the Nissan R32 GTR. On the other hand, Gran Turismo captures the small unique details for every car, such as the lights of the Citroën DS that turn with the steering rack, the RX-8's tachometer making an ear-piercing sound like it should, etc. Being an auto technician myself, I am getting unusually nitpicky about the little details here. Though I am having a blast, but the car list leaves a lot to be desired. This is basically the Thing Japan meme in video game form, but I am truly enjoying the game. Suzuki is nowhere to be found. Releasing Suzuki cars later as a DLC update would feel criminal to one of the most important car makers of Japan. Seriously, Suzuki makes genuinely great cars like the Alto Works, the Jimny, the X90, and the Kizashi, among many others. Another exciting feature about Japanese vehicles is that they have all-wheel drive and turbo options even for the little cars. The JZX90 Mark II Toyota is missing for now. While we are on this subject, K cars are completely glossed over. It would appear the team at Forza Horizon has forgotten about the manliest cars ever made, like the Suzuki Alto Lapin, the Honda S660, and the Honda N1. Geez, I am having fun, but again I could go on and on with this. For a game that includes the Honda Integra, they have forgotten the four-door variants of those cars. Of course, the new so-called Integra does not count. I can make do without the current gen Prelude because the car itself is such an epic fail that we can all pretend it does not exist. Forza Horizon 6 feels smooth and delightfully playable compared to Forza Horizon 5, which would freeze all the time. However, this does not justify either game being well above 100 GB. This all points to poor optimization. The music stations of the game are an acquired taste, with a couple of Japanese meme songs I could identify. Hey, there is a Rise Against and a Linkin Park song for Edgelord, so there's that, I guess. There is so much they could have done with Forza Horizon 6. They could have got Yuzo Koshiro of One Gone Midnight fame, or Daiki Kasho of Gran Turismo fame to make the game's beats. I suppose a Eurobeat radio station might be added in a later update, but I'm having heavy doubts about that, you know. I had to crank up Test Drive Unlimited 2's songs to actually feel something among OST from several other racing games. I suppose the game has alright social features, though I am an old school gamer who mostly prioritizes single player experiences. Forza Horizon 6 suffers from what I call the Fortnite effect, which I may explain in a later video that I'll do. The Fortnite effect is when a game is trying to be everything at once and keep everyone happy, with the trade-off being the game forgoes its identity. You'd think games like Tokyo Extreme Racer, Midnight Club, and Juiced on the PS2 were perfect? Absolutely not. They each had their own imperfections, yet they embraced them. This is what gave them a rather distinct aura. Then again, you are tuning into someone who was brought up on TXR 0 and Midnight Club 2. Now, time for the Game Trigger Studios score. I will give Forza Horizon 6, a 6 out of 10. But I must admit this is bona fide copium on my behalf. The game lacks the warmth and the personality of the very first game. Sure, this is very much playable on the Xbox Series X, but a game being playable should not even have to be a standard you have to factor in. That should be the bare minimum. I strongly feel like Forza Horizon 6 might become dull, like a poorly maintained samurai sword if the studio does not find a way to keep the game interesting, especially after it starts to feel old. That's all folks, Game Trigger out.